95% of men no longer approach women.
The most attractive women never get approached.
I really genuinely want an honest response. Men don't approach me like people feel. I am not somebody that men just come up.
Men don't approach because there's no reason to approach. It's a waste of their time.
Guys come up to my friends when we're out, but they don't come up to me.
I personally want to thank the men that still do the cold approach. They still come up to you, introduce themselves.
Yo, I don't see the point of approaching women or bagging women. There's no point.
Unless she already likes you, it is indeed pointless to approach, or unless you're 6 feet. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
Effects of being told that men do not approach you because you're intimidating.
Don't you just love men who ask to take you out on a date and then ask you to split the bill? Especially when they ask you out on the date and they order more drinks, order more food. If you ask to take me out on a date, you better take me out.
Even in the UK, I find men don't approach. I've got a friend in Canada who says the exact same thing. Like, they're not really trying to approach. And I don't know if that's because they're shy or they think they're going to get shut down, or if they just have so much choice with women they don't have to anymore. Because I also know a lot of male friends who say they don't have to approach women.
Like, so you're saying that nowadays men just don't approach women?
Men don't approach women, but they didn't stop because they wanted to. The truth is, so many women are feeling the effects of the wish they wanted granted, and it seems like a lot of them are regretting asking for that wish. For years, women pushed the narrative that they were tired of being approached, tired of unwanted attention, and tired of men trying to strike up conversations. This led to a cultural shift where many men, wanting to respect boundaries and avoid being labeled as desperate or thirsty, chose to back off entirely. What it is that these modern women are missing the compliments, the nice gesture, and most definitely the attention. They simply can't live without it.
I swear I see so much about channeling your inner feminine energy to like attract the right person and like be your best self. Although I do agree with a lot of that, I swear I had the most success and luck in like dating and even with my current boyfriend when I was the one to pursue them, which is not seen as a feminine action. When you pursue them, it just shows you're confident, you're strong, you're independent. Anytime I'm talking to someone about like dating, I always say, what are you going to lose if you go up to them or ask them to hang out? And reason, don't come on too strong, but I don't think it ever hurts to make the first move.
I agree.
You know, when people say I don't chase, I attract, you know what I expect? I expect my future husband to come up into my window and be like, hey, I've been looking for you all my life and I want you to be my wife. Because unfortunately, men do not approach girls in public anymore. They do not come up and talk to you. They do not write you love letters. My mom was telling me the other day that when she was in college and she had boys pining after her, they wrote her love letters. Can we bring back love letters? For God's sakes. So I fear that in my generation, the only way I will meet my husband is that he will come up into my window and propose to me.
First of all, if a man did that, he would get a restraining order, or most likely end up in jail. But seriously, if women could swallow their pride and approach the man they want, finding a man wouldn't be so hard for them. In today's modern age, the dating dynamics have shifted, and the old men must always pursue mindset isn't as practical as it used to be. Men are increasingly hesitant to approach women because of the potential backlash. Society has created an environment where a man making a move, even with good intentions, risks serious social issues or potentially get into legal consequences.
Why do men not understand hints? Why do I have to spell every fucking thing out? Why can't you just one simple little hinting at this? Fucking understand what I'm trying to say. I don't want to have to spell everything out like I'm your mother.
You need help.
Men are no longer approaching women on the road. I feel like they've lacking confidence in that area now.
And I think the internet did that though, because I think the internet makes them scared.
Because back in the day,
the internet made them scared.
I think it's the internet. Yeah. They don't want to be put online. Say, oh, this creepy man stopped me.
Example. You go to a gym, yeah, that's male dominated. Yeah. How many men come and talk to you there?
None.
There you go. And you know why that is? Because a lot of them will go on TikTok, they'll see these videos.
Yeah, Joey Tall.
Yeah, they'll see the videos of women saying, "Right, don't talk to men," and then instantly it just makes all of them go tunnel vision.
Well, it's only logical, because if men are seeing multiple women on TikTok telling them not to approach, it's only natural they would stop. Social media has amplified these voices, with countless videos labeling men's approaches as creepy or unwanted, even when those approaches are respectful and genuine. Men are taking notes, and the message is clear: don't bother. For many men, the risk of rejection has always been a part of dating, but now it comes with the added threat of public shaming or being misunderstood. When these clips go viral, they reinforce a narrative that all approaches are unwelcome, discouraging men from even trying. It's not just about avoiding embarrassment anymore, it's about self-preservation. Why would a man put himself in a situation where he might be ridiculed, accused, or even vilified for simply expressing interest? It doesn't make sense.
Men, please stop approaching women in stores, in public. If we do not know you are approaching us, please stop. It's terrifying.
I'm going to a guy's house, but I'm coming from a guy's house, and I got his nectar on my pant.
Why is it so difficult for you to ask us, any of us, on a date?
I had a guy come over after lunchtime, but now that I got my car back, I think I'm going to go to a guy's house with my regulars. One of the boys on the roster.
Guys just don't approach anymore.
One of my boyfriends is unfortunately not on the roster anymore.
Instead of lowering your standard for one man, you can have 4 mediocre men who can collect.
You get done with the day, you wait for them to text you back because you're a girl and you want them to text you back first.
Sadly, this is just the pool of women we have in the West. Women dealing with multiple men. Women who are entitled and women who just expect things without offering much in return have become all too common. It's a culture that prioritizes instant gratification and superficial interactions. Many women in the West seem more focused on their options than on building something real. They juggle multiple men, keeping them in a roster to see who offers the most, whether it's attention, money, or status. This behavior isn't just unfair to the men involved, it's also unsustainable. Eventually, the game catches up, leaving both parties feeling empty and dissatisfied.
Men don't want to date you. They literally want to be you.
No, they don't.
Sound to say something. If you're wondering why men are scared to approach women these days, then watch this. If the men compliment, "I love your smile," billing. "Hi, how are you?" billing. "Why haven't you eaten?" billing. "Let's go on a date," billing. "How your mama?" billing. Even if you send them a question mark, they go still want bill you on top. Right now, all they want to do is deduct, decrease, depreciate, and wreck you because they feel that you should be a truck made and filled with money before approaching them. So, if you don't have it, don't approach. Before they carry your matter, they discuss for their group. Marriage, never set.
We are not scared to approach women. We are just looking for women that would genuinely care for us and give us peace. Imagine a girl telling me she can't have someone like me and be broke. We're not scared. The truth is, we don't waste time going after liabilities. We go for assets. To sum it up, basically, when a man approaches a woman today, she automatically expects that man to fund her lifestyle. She expects him to pay for her fake nails, fake hair, fake lashes, and a long list of other expenses that have nothing to do with him. This entitlement is out of control, and it's no wonder men are opting out of approaching altogether. The fact that women believe men are scared to approach them is just ridiculous. Instead of taking a hard look at themselves and asking why men don't approach anymore, they'd rather resort to calling men names like broke, weak, or intimidated. The truth is, a man doesn't need a liability. He doesn't need someone who is more concerned about what she can take from him than what she can bring to the table. This attitude creates a massive disconnect. Women who expect men to take on their responsibilities without offering anything in return fail to realize that men are no longer willing to play that game.
Why are men not approaching women in the church? Girl, we about to find out. We about to find out. Like, we about to find out. Today. Like, the Inside Out Singles is about to tell us, the men's edition, they're about to give us the tease as to why men don't approach women in the church. And I'm ready. You ready? Because I'm ready. I'm ready to see what they got to say. I'm ready to see what they got.
Who has noticed men are no longer persuasive? Once they ask you out and you say no, wham, case closed.
I witnessed this girl earlier this week approach a man with the most confidence I have ever seen. She went up to him and she said, "Hey, I need to know your name, and I think that you think you need to know my name too." They hit it off, they exchanged numbers. It worked beautifully, and I was honestly like, that's confidence goals right there. And I'm just gonna like put that little pickup line in my back pocket for later.
I always say a woman's success rate with approaching a man, as long as he's single, 99%. She is going to get his name and number. But a man's experience is very different. He, unfortunately, will be rejected most of the time. And on top of that, unfortunately, rejection nowadays can be somewhat brutal, especially if she ends up labeling him a creep. So think about it. If a woman is the deciding factor on a successful approach, why don't women do it more? And look, even if it doesn't result in them being together and dating, that man is going to remember her forever. And it is going to be a story that man is telling for the rest of his life. Trust me.
It's going to be a moment he remembers forever, because men don't normally get approached by women. It's usually the other way around. Men are not used to being pursued or given that attention. So when a woman makes the first move, it stands out in a big way. The excitement and appreciation a man feels when a woman approaches him are often overlooked, but it's something that could leave a lasting impression. In a world where men are usually the ones doing the chasing, it's rare, and it hits differently when the roles are reversed. Men are the simplest creatures in the world. They don't need complicated signals or mixed messages. If a woman shows genuine interest, it's enough. Men don't require a lot of game-playing or high-maintenance behavior. They're usually more about directness and simplicity.
Social media has ruined relationships not just because of cheating, but because the average male cannot compete with the amount of attention that women are receiving online. There's posts like this. And these posts have over 1 million likes and thousands of comments where women are getting their self-worth and their value from random strangers on the internet. And you think that the average male is going to be able to compete with any of that. They're not. You will never be able to compete with the amount of attention that she's getting from social media. And that's why a lot of women refuse to give up their social media or stop posting thirst traps the minute that they're in a relationship. Why? Because they know that you as a man cannot fill that void. But also it's made the average woman look like a 7 or an 8 when they're a 2 or a 3 or a 4. I have never seen a single person that I've seen online walking around in real life. Why? Because they don't look like that. So that's the other thing. Their ego goes way up here when really they need to be humbled. Okay, bye.
This man just left my house and called me crazy. I was on Hinge. I need to move house, and I'm on Hinge trying to find someone to help me move. But I thought maybe I could get away with not telling them that I need help moving and just like asking them, actually not asking them, just like assuming they would and telling them what to do. So this guy takes me on a Yochi date at like 8 p.m. We organized the date like an hour before, like just started talking to him. He's like, let's go to Yochi. I was like, sick. We go to Yochi. I'm like, come back to my place. He comes back I have all my bags packed. I'm like, okay, so we're going to take these bags to the car, and we're going to go to my new place and drop them off and then come back. And he's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? He's like giggling, and I'm like, yeah, like, come on, just like lift a few. Phoebe starts giggling and crying, and then
real tears.
I'm like chuckling, and he's like, you guys are on drugs or something. Like, what is wrong with you? He accused me of doing edibles, and then he accused me of being on crack, because I just kept laughing at the situation, because I got him to like carry the bags down to the car, and then he's like, I gotta go, like, you've literally used me to help you move. I'm not one of those Australian guys that's going to do everything you tell me to do. And I'm like, if you can't love me at my moving house, you don't deserve me at my moved in.
This woman is a red flag, a liar, and a trickster. She's the type of person who preys on a man's kindness, exploiting his good nature for her own benefit. This woman met this man on Hinge, had him thinking he had a chance with her, only to turn around and use him to help her move her furniture to her new house. It's manipulative and selfish behavior, plain and simple. But honestly, I don't know why that man helped her. I mean, she's a complete stranger. Most likely that man is a good dude with a good heart, and that's why he got used. But anyway, she clearly knew that this man was interested in her, and instead of being upfront or respectful of his feelings, she saw an opportunity to use him. Disgusting.
We need to have a discussion on my single people, because I need to know what you guys would have done in this circumstance. They always say, like, you'll meet the person that you want to start dating, or the person that you're with doing things that you love, whether it's going to the coffee shop, the gym, just your everyday activities, whatever. So today I go into the coffee shop, and the second I walk in, I see the most beautiful man, just like gorgeous features, brown hair, incredibly tall. I'm like, you are so my type to a T. Very business-esque energy to him too. And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely my type. He's sitting across the cafe. I'm like, I should make some eye contact with him, let him know there's a vibe here. But didn't end up like looking up from my computer, whatever. So I'm like, I'll just have no earbuds in so I look approachable, because I've been told I don't look approachable. So I'm trying to do everything I can to make myself look approachable to this man. He ends up walking over and sitting right next to me. And how it's set up in this coffee shop is there's like one long booth, and then a table in front of yourself, and then a chair on the other side of you. So he's sitting right next to me in this booth. And I'm like, perfect opportunity. So I'm patiently waiting for him to like spark up a conversation, but like, what would he have said? And I was too nervous to be bold and be like, hey, you're really hot. My name's Lauren. Here's my number. But like, I could have done that, but like, that's a little too ballsy of me. And like, I wanted him to just show a little confidence, maybe like pursue a little bit, because I think that's the most attractive thing in a guy. But I'm like, the fact that he got up and sat right next to me, he didn't even have to like charge his computer or anything, because he didn't reach out to grab a charger. Because I'm like, oh wait, why did he move across and sit next to me? So that made me a little curious. So anyways, bummer. To make a long story short, we didn't end up having any conversation, and he got up probably like, I don't know, 30 minutes later or something. But yeah, he totally distracted me from my work, because I was like, I just want to kiss you on the lips. You are gorgeous, honey. But yeah, if you were sitting at Shortwave Coffee today next to me, you should have shot your shot, because you were beautiful. But anyways, I want to know what you guys would have done in that circumstance.
This is what happens when a woman's ego gets in the way. They miss their blessings. If this woman really wanted the man, she would have made a move, but she couldn't bring herself to do so because her pride demanded that he make the first move. What makes it even worse is that she admitted the man was her type. She clearly saw something in him that she liked, but her unwillingness to step outside of her comfort zone or let go of traditional dating norms stopped her from acting on it. Women who think, if he wants me, he'll come to me, are often the same ones who complain about being single or not finding the kind of men they desire. The truth is, sometimes you have to put yourself out there. If she truly valued that man or saw him as someone special, why wait? Why let an outdated belief that men must chase stop her from pursuing something that could lead to happiness? Unfortunately, many women would rather let their pride win than risk stepping out of their comfort zone. But pride doesn't keep you warm at night, and it certainly doesn't lead to meaningful relationships.